3.
In October 2013, the AWEB, Association of World Election Bodies, the biggest international organization in the field of election, was launched for the development of electoral democracy worldwide. The AWEB was established as a more fundamental alternative for economic development in underdeveloped countries. Its purpose is to help fair and democratic election take its root. The AWEB provides practical information and methods of election process to nations seeking to introduce an advanced electoral system through various projects. As of 2014, the AWEB has 97 electoral organizations from 94 countries around the world as its members, and its office is located in Incheon, Republic of Korea. It has now taken an active step towards international exchange of an advanced electoral culture. The AWEB is specifically planning various projects. Under the plan, the AWEB will enhance the capability of the nations in need of electoral support through education and training. Also, based on best practice electoral systems and know-hows of each country, the AWEB will build database to create standardized criteria for a democratic electoral system. One of the important projects of the AWEB, among others, is to provide and run international forums for exchange of information regarding election by forming an observation group for election. And in June 2014, the first Forum for International Exchange of Electoral Information was hosted in Korea. Korea is the first target country in this effort. Since the establishment of an independent election management body in 1963, Korea has made a continuous effort to develop the system for fair and democratic election. And recently, Korea is showing remarkable results in the computerization of the electoral system. To observe June 4th nationwide local elections, approximately 120 election experts from 51 organizations of 43 nations visited Korea.
Bonjour. Nous sommes ravis d'être ici avec les autres pays dans le cadre de ce séminaire en vue de l'observation des élections prochaines en Corée. Notre sentiment général est satisfaisant. Tout se passe bien et nous constatons une saine émulation intellectuelle.
So we commend the National Election Commission and the AWEB for an excellent program that they've given to many people from throughout the world to learn about democracy, to learn about elections, and to learn about specifically how elections are conducted here in Korea.
Since early voting was introduced for the first time in the local elections, people cast their votes for 2 days over the weekend before Election Day. And starting with a visit to early polling stations, the visitors group shared the entire process of the voting and counting in Korea. Organizers from the AWEB divided the visitors group into smaller teams so that they could better see the electoral process and share the information with each other. By using the integrated voters list and ballot printers, voters being issued a ballot paper are checked in real time to prevent any illegality and errors which could occur in the course of early voting. The early voting system in Korea, which surely contributed to increasing the turnout, is expected to be a best practice guideline to the participating nations.
I got a lot of knowledge from this NEC and also from the early voting. I am reading and listening and to share my knowledge when I back to my country. Thank you.
In particular, the Election Visitor Program for the local elections in Korea drew enthusiastic responses from developing countries. It was because the visitors group could obtain information regarding the electoral system from working-level officials. It was also because the participating nations could exchange their opinions, thinking about how to use what they learned in Korea in their own countries.
Yes, for the technologies to use, methods to use, we can adopt from Korean system is, I think, identification. That is fingerprint identification is very interesting to us, and we are really planning to implement it in our country.
It is a crucial task for all the nations to avoid any errors and illegality in the course of an election and to conduct a fair election. It was the case for Korea too. Since the dawn of its democracy, Korea has experienced various trials and errors, but established a democratic election system by continuously improving the system.
Korea to share its experiences in democratic transitions, especially its advanced election system, with other election bodies who are going through similar transitions in their own countries. And so I think it's very natural that.
So it was natural for the visitors group to express their high interest in how to secure electoral transparency while observing the voting and counting process. Identification check and real-time checking of voters based on the National Resident Registration System and the Integrated Voters List to prevent double voting and the management of ballot boxes with an electronic chip containing a serial number attached to it to avoid any illegality during ballot counting provided a methodical example to developing countries. Furthermore, a free exchange of opinions among the participating countries laid a firm foundation for development of more efficient and democratic election, leading to more active participation of the visitors group. Advanced electoral equipment was introduced, and officials from the participating countries forged a close network by discussing and sharing opinions on electoral systems they have and issues they face through the seminars.
We are from Smithmatic, and we're displaying our technology and sharing with a lot of the election commissions what technology we introduced in other countries. With a big interest and great feedback from the delegates and great communication, and that was our main target for the conference. And also, of course, learning from other countries what technology is used there, where they have difficulties and where they had great success stories. So that's, for us, it was a great conference, and we fully achieved what we wanted to achieve.
We expect that AWEB is going to organize more programs so that we are able to share ideas. We are able to build this web of experiences which will help other electoral management bodies across the world. Thank you.
The AWEB is planning to provide practical support to the participating countries so that they can utilize the electoral system they learned in their own countries.
Which is a major step.
But prior to that, the AWEB is already promoting an active exchange among its members by suggesting various electoral projects to them.
이번 참관 프로그램에 참가하고 있는 많은 국제 참관단들이 이번 이 프로그램에 대해서 좋은 평가를 하고 있어서 저는 굉장히 행복합니다. 앞으로 AWEB이 이러한 좋은 평가를 기반으로 해서 여러 국제 기구들과 협력을 보다 더 밀도 있게 증진해 나갈 것으로 기대하고 있습니다.
Above all, the election visitor program in Korea, organized by the AWEB, clearly showed the potential that the AWEB could develop into an international organization.
And we hope that we will become members of AWEB as well, because it's a great association. It offers so many opportunities for networking, for exchanging experience, and we hope that we will learn more good practices from our colleagues from other countries in future as well.
AWEB will be a very good platform to be able to, advocate for this around the world, to go around the world in all the countries and be able to bring together the nations. We are looking at having to learn from each other and having probably one democratic world. And I think through platforms like AWeb and other international organizations, we'll be able to spread this all over like a web.
The AWeb, the Association of World Election Bodies, that will serve as a focal point for election network across the globe. Now the AWeb will lead the development of democracy of the world through election.
AWeb!
AWeb! AWeb!
So I'm Aaron Hazelton. I'm with the National Democratic Institute, and so far I've enjoyed the conference. I think getting together such an esteemed group of election management officials is very healthy development, and they clearly have many lessons to share and kind of a strong commitment to improving the quality of elections. And I appreciate AWeb's ability to kind of convene such a group and to promote this type of learning.
Bien, me ha parecido algo impresionante, muy interesante y además muy bien organizado, muy moderno. Incluso llevo información para ver si podemos replicar en mi país, la República Dominicana, este sistema que es tan efectivo y además transparente.
Thank you. My name is Olasim Dearuzo Baris. I'm commissioner. We come from here, three persons. We represent Commission National Election for East Timor, and during we stay here, we very appreciate this event organized by the Commission Election Management Body, Republic of Korea. I hope in the next time this commission organize again, maybe in the same issue, because the Timor-Leste need more reference from the various countries to improve our country. As you know that Timor-Leste a new country, even we already make 3 or 4 election and success, but we have to improve in the next or in future about our system election. Thank you.
I wish all the countries attend here to strengthen democracy and also to work together for the clean and fair election like Korea.
The AF is a kind of excellent organization, and so this is kind of on big scale, and you performed and you demonstrated the Korean and common Korean democracy is better than used. And I really surprised and thinking about and your country's future is very much better than used.
I do learn a lot of things from this conference. Even I think I should learn the election as my major and do more things for the democracy for China.
I am very happy to be here. It is a very well-organized activity. I am very happy to have this chance. During these days, we had the chance to hear, learn new things about new experiences. I would like very much to thank the organizers. They had done a very, very good work. I'm really nice to be here. This is my first time, but I hope not the last one, to be again here. I have heard about your election, your system on election in early voting, and I learned so much. You must be very proud of your improvement in your system, and I have a lot to to learn from your technology. You use so much technology, and I think it's a very good mechanism to make possible the improvement on the election, on credibility, on trust, and so on. Thank you.
Well, this has been an excellent election visitors program for people from many countries, from emerging democracies, from established democracies, to come together first to learn about the Korean election system, and also to learn about how elections are conducted in other countries. And there's been a great discussion about the independence of election management bodies, about serving the underprivileged, about learning about technology. So it's been an excellent program.
I am present in this conference with the invitation of the AWEB, and for me it's the second time here, because I have been here in the inauguration of the AWEB, and so I am very glad to be here and to share with my colleague our experience. This conference is useful for us because we share with each other every point of the elections. Every discussion here is something for us to be and to go ahead in our election. I am from Albania. I am the chairwoman of Albania, and we have next week the local election. And so I would say that this experience for me and for my colleagues is very useful to improve, and in our election all the best things that we have heard in this conference and that we have shared with each other. So I am very grateful that I am here.
This broadcasting is good, but directly to get the result for the Korean, and then we have observation for this process, and we see it's the good. So the problem for us, but the transmission of the broadcasting is not translated to the English or any other language which the observer is to be understood.
For the countries that really don't know yet about the democracy process, I think AWEB will be a very great platform to train, teach, and also help such countries to be able to learn from each other. Number one, democracy is not something that you just buy from the shelves. It's something that you learn, that you experience, that you invest in. And out of the different experiences, AWEB will be a very good platform to be able to advocate for this around the world, to go around the world in all the countries and be able to bring together the nations. We are looking at having to learn from each other and having probably one democratic world. And I think through platforms like AWEB and other international organizations, we'll be able to spread this all over, like a web, as AWEB would want to tell us. And in my own opinion, I think this is just the beginning. We are yet to see big things and great things happening with such organizations coming together. You can imagine different, all over the world, DMBs coming together to share one common goal. It's something to die for. Thank you very much.
Bonjour. Nous sommes ravis d'être ici avec les autres pays dans le cadre de ce séminaire en vue de l'observation des élections prochaines en Corée. Notre sentiment général est satisfaisant. Tout se passe bien et nous constatons une saine émulation intellectuelle.
I got a lot of knowledge from this NEC and also from the early voting. I am reading and listening and to share my knowledge when I back to my country. Thank you.
We're glad to show our technology here, and I think the conference is a great opportunity to exchange ideas, knowledge, and build the network amongst the election professionals. And I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Hanjong Azio. Thanks so much for NEC and also Web for inviting Malaysia Election Commission to participate in this very good seminar. And we got a lot of benefit from this seminar, sharing expertise from all over the world, election management bodies. So thanks again. Hamza Hamida.
This kind of program really is helpful. Why? Because it's allow exchange. And this exchange is very important for MBs and for others, people who are working in the electoral management. Why? Because when you are exchanging with others, you can see where is the problem, where we are not succeeding to do, and you can try to correct it. In Africa, they say the union is the force. You can't go alone. You have to go with somebody else. So this is like how we come, when we come to collect information, experiences, and to go to apply it in our field. That is what is very, very important. And for this program especially, the DRC is organizing a local election next year. So to observe this election will allow us to have more knowledge for how to manage the electoral, principally in the national level and the local level. And the NEC was really very transparent to show us everything. We visited the offices, we visited the data center, we visited everything. And we like the professionalism that Korea are conducting this election. And I have to thank AWEB to give us this opportunity. And as I said, AWEB for the MBs is really important because it will be like a focal point of all MBs. When you have something, you need some expertise, you just call and they can say, okay, this that we are looking for, you can find it this place. So, and they can coordinate the effort of EMBs and other stakeholders. So this is really, really important. I would like to thank all the IWAB staff for organizing this seminar, for organizing this international mission. And the training who is coming, it will be good to train people from countries. It's not only knowledge that we are sharing also cultures, because we come from different cultures. So it's good to know each other. It's good to know that in Korea, to greet you have to say Amasayo. So this one is very, very good. So I can tell you also in other countries what is done. So for me, it's really helpful.
We will become members of AWEB as well because it's a great association. It offers so many opportunities for networking, for exchanging experience, and we hope that we will learn more good practices from our colleagues from other countries in future as well.
This program has provided an opportunity of sharing our experiences with each other. We appreciate the efforts which have been put by the National Election Commission Korea and by the AWEB. Like in such a short period, a tremendous achievement has been made by them. The members of the AWEB really appreciate the efforts, especially particularly of the Secretary General, who has made tremendous efforts for achieving or for organizing these events for us, which has provided an opportunity to share our experiences with each other. Thank you.
Oui, bonjour à tous. On est ici à la conférence de l'Association mondiale des organisations électorales, ici à Séoul, en Corée. Et je crois que c'est une expérience assez intéressante parce qu'il y a une diversité de connaissances qui se mettent ensemble et ce partage permet de pouvoir faire, à n'en point douter, avancer la manière dont sera géré dans les années à venir le processus électoral dans le monde entier. Et je pense que ça c'est quelque chose d'extraordinaire, c'est quelque chose à encourager.
Now I'm actually in this AWEB observation team this week. I found it very, very interesting, the fact that the seminar is mainly to do with our issue and challenges that we face in our electoral management bodies. Now in Vanuatu, it's a small country compared with South Korea and the other part of the world. We have only 300,000 people and we have 98 registered voters. Now, if I compare and contrast with South Korea have 41 million registered voters, which is a very big job. But what I learned so far this week is the knowledge and challenges is similar throughout the world. I mean, we all face the same challenges. Now, this week conference is world-class standard. It gave us a lot of experiences and it gave us a lot of exchange of knowledge of what happened in the other part of the country and also what is actually happening in South Korea. So South Korea is a very advanced country in the sense that it's computerized and the way that it's early voting. I was so surprised when I came in and found out that it's the election is early election, early voting, which is very amazing. And then in my country, if we have an election, early voting, it's going to be abused by politicians. But then, on the other hand, Korea is demonstrating transparency, it's demonstrating a lot of good examples for other countries in the world to follow. Thank you very much.
Well, it has been a real privilege to be at the visitor program and the knowledge fair. I have learned so much, and the ability to see how the rest of the world is tackling some of the same problems we are has been fascinating. I'm really grateful for the opportunity, and I think a tremendous job has been done putting this together.
My impressions of the seminar are it's very impressive. I meet so many people and then I learned so many things, and I think it's very good because there are so many people from different electoral commissions of the world that are gathered here, and we are learning a lot of things that we can also use way back in Nigeria. And I think that Korea is a very interesting place. I like it very much, although it's very far from my country, but I hope I can visit it again and very soon too. Yeah, so I love the Korean people. They are nice and they are very, very friendly. So I'm enjoying myself at the program.
Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. My name is Miguel and I'm from the Philippines. I'm representing a company called Smartmatic, and we have a number of technologies here that basically automate the election process, and specifically the voting process as well as the counting and the transmission process. And this can help the elections basically because it takes away the element of fraud and human errors in terms of appreciation of votes.
Well, the point is we can, regarding money, it's difficult to say who is good, who is bad, because the use of money in each election depends on the society. Some societies, as a Korean one, they used to give the money after the election. In Mexico, we used to give the money before the elections because it's easy to have accountability and oversight that amount of money.
Seminar. 안녕하세요. I came from Mongolia to attend the knowledge fair and international observation program that organized by NEC and AWEB. It was very helpful. I think it was very helpful for all the NBA bodies, and it will help us to stand for the democracy of Mongolia.
AWEB is so far a unique place for meeting election management bodies from around the world, and I think that's a very unique feature that is always fruitful to discuss and deliberate with others about issues that concern everyday work of someone working on elections.
AWEB would continue in the manner they've started, because what they've done there today is very good at bringing all those countries together to understand how the different EMBs operate.
Our organization, because it gives us the opportunity to participate in this event, and will be a good opportunity to learn among the other electoral management bodies to improve in each management in each nation.
I think the whole process is quite good, well organized, quite transparent, and all the voters, when they come in, they can get enough support and they know where to go and where to get the tickets and how to vote here. I think everything is quite organized and people will feel comfortable to do so.
All the election process today is going well as we observe this election from the early morning, and also the casting was well. We attend all these stations and see how the election is going well, so I hope that everything will finish well and all the results will appear soon, inshallah.
Well, first of all, I noticed that Korean people, that is the voters, really rely on NEC, and the NEC also relies on voters, because in our country we as an election commission try to control every process to a very deep extent, you know. Just this is because of the lack of enough confidence, enough belief in each other. But in the election system of Korea, we saw that everything is kind of reliable.
Korean system is very similar to our system, and of course that we see 2 days before early voting system. We are planning to implement one of the technical things that we saw in the early voting system polling station. So I think it is going to be a very useful journey from Macedonia to Korea, and very good, very well organized program for from our host to all delegations all over the world. Thank you.
I think when compared to the polling process on polling day, when the Korea and compared to Malaysia, the basic process is quite identical to Malaysia, in the sense that when the voter comes into the polling station, first the identification process is done. Once he's identified that his name is on the electoral roll, then he proceeds to be given the ballot paper. And from the ballot paper, he entered the booth, as they say, a secret place where he can mark, and somebody will ensure that he drops the ballot paper which is marked into the ballot box. And here is the same, that you have the agent, the party agents here, or who are actually witnessing the authenticity of the voting process. This also we have. In fact, the way that we observe here, one good point that is where the polling booth that you have for the handicapped. I think this is something for us to appreciate. Thank you.
Regarding the closing process, is quite the same with Malaysia, in which we seal. Okay, we make sure that everything is complete, and then we start counting. But we have a certain checklist in which we have to check regarding the ballot paper, tally or not with the total we provide to the commission. Okay, so there's a bit difference from Malaysia. But overall, good, very good. Thank you.
I think AWEB can play an integral role in continuing to increase cooperation among election management bodies in the future. I think possibly in the future creating a standard for election management bodies to either work toward would be very helpful. I think continuing to encourage cooperation among election bodies will also be an important role for AWEB in the future.
I think AWEB will be a leader in in our saying is third world. Not the correctly word now, but in meaning. And on the other hand, I think Republic of Korea maybe will be the leader of the technical of democracy or election. I think that's something very important and also interesting.
We expect that AWEB is going to organize more programs so that we are able to share ideas. We are able to build this web of experiences which will help other electoral management bodies across the world. Thank you.